A warm greetings from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I am Professor Radhika from Chemistry Department. In the video lecture series, we discussed about what is meant by environment, what is ecosystem, what is biodiversity. In this video, we discuss about what do you mean by biodiversity and its important values. We know that after the completion of our first unit, students can able to explain the important features of ecosystem and biodiversity. Particularly after listening or studying our biodiversity topic, they can able to define the concept of biodiversity and also define the importance of biological diversity. Let us see what is meant by biodiversity. Biodiversity is defined as the variety and variability of all living organisms and the ecosystem in which they occur. We know that environment is a combination of both biotic and abiotic community. A biotic community consists of varieties of elements, varieties of species. That varieties are called as a biodiversity. So we know that biodiversity is very important for the survival of all type of living things exist in the earth crust. Not only human being, for all type of living things in the earth crust. For example, for our food need, for our fresh air need, water need, we depends upon plants. Similarly, for medicinal needs, we depends upon plants and animals. For our industrial need, we depends upon plants and animals. So, our total biodiversity, our will define or determine the all over the nation economical status. Suppose if we not protect biodiversity or conserve biodiversity means we can face lot of problems. Our country facing economical problem, and we always depends upon other countries for our food need, fuel need, as well as for our medicinal needs. So we have to conserve our biodiversity. So due to biodiversity loss, many plant species become extinct. We know that we are deriving medicines particularly from plant as well as the variety of animal species. So if we are not protecting due to our activities like modernization of agricultural, mining and logging, these leads to the extinction of plant as well as the animal species. Let us see the classification of biodiversity. Biodiversity is mainly classified into three types: genetic diversity, species diversity and ecosystem diversity. Let us see what is meant by genetic diversity. So genetic diversity is nothing but the variation of genetic characters within the species is known as the genetic diversity. So we know that genes are the basic units of hereditary function transmitted from one generation to another. For example, all rice varieties are commonly come under the family of Oryza sativa. But there are thousands of rice varieties are there which are differ from each other due to changes in size, shape, color, nutrient content, cost, etc. Second one is a species diversity. Species diversity means the species are differ in their species level. Differences between the species level is known as a species diversity. Then the third one is a ecosystem diversity. So the diversity at the ecological or habitat level is known as the ecosystem diversity, like a river ecosystem. So we know that fish can survive both in pond, sea, river, in any type of aquatic ecosystems it can survive. But each kind of ecosystem fish having different nutrient content, different color, different taste. So it is differ based on the habitat area. So it is known as the ecosystem diversity. Then important values of biodiversity. Biodiversity is very important for the healthy environment. It must for the stability as well as the proper functioning of our biosphere. These biodiversity values are classified into 6 types. One is consumptive use value, productive use value, ethical value, aesthetic value, social value and optional value. Let us see one by one. Consumptive use values are nothing but it is a direct use value. The biodiversity products can or directly consumed by us. For example, nearly 80 to 90% of our food needs are classified or satisfied by our tropical forestry plant items. Similarly, 70% of our modern medicines are derived from plant as well as the plant extracts. Nearly 3000 plant species are used in Unani, Ayurveda and Siddha. According to research, about 85% of our global community use plants for the primary health care. For example, the life-saving drugs like quinine, which is used to cure malaria, reserpine, which is used to cure hypertension, penicillin, which is a powerful antibiotic, morphine, used as a painkiller, which are derived from the plant origin. So, consumptive use values are nothing but the biodiversity products are directly consumed or directly utilized. Then second one is the productive use value. Productive use value means the biodiversity products are obtained from plants and animal species are marketed and sold. Their byproducts are marketed via the solding we get the benefit. Like the animal products like silk, wool, musk, tusk, leather, food which are obtained from the animals are marketed, sold in the foreign countries. The plant products like wood, cotton, fruits, vegetables and ivory, pearls are obtained from the animals. So on importing edible oils which are also helps to improve our economical status. And the third value is a social value. Social value means it refers to the bioresources are used to the society. These values are related to our social life, religion as well as our spiritual activities of the people. Like tulasi, lotus, neem plants are considered as a holy plants. Cow, snake, peacock are considered as a holy animals. So we are giving these kinds of biodiversity values are related to our social life, religion as well as our spiritual activities. So we are worshipping, we are believing. So that type of values are come under social value. Then ethical value or existence value. It lies to all life must be preserved. It means that a species may be used or may not be used, but its presence in the earth crust gives pleasure to us. These ethical value also related with religious as well as our cultural basis. For example, Vembu, Tulasi, Vengai trees are worshipped by Tamilans. Even though we are not directly get anything from kangaroo, zebra, but we feel some happiness that these exist in the nature. So, a species may be used or may not be used, but their presence gives us happiness to us, means that type of values are called as a ethical value. Then next one is a aesthetic value. Aesthetic value means it enhances the beauty. That is, it refers to the beauty of our nature. The most important aesthetic value of biodiversity is ecotourism. Our nation having lot of varieties of natural plants, animals, different kinds of birds, animals. They are having different voices, aesthetic nature. So these values are attracted by the foreigners. So more number of foreign peoples came from far places. They are enjoying our Indian country species beautiness. So the main important aesthetic value of biodiversity is ecotourism. Via ecotourism, we benefit our economical status growth. The next one is option value. Option value refers that any species may be proved to be a valuable species after some day. That is, the species is not used by us now, but in future it may be a valuable species. For example, the growing biotechnology field is searching a species which is used to cure cancer as well as the AIDS diseases. So, in this video, we discussed about what is meant by biodiversity and what are the importance of biodiversity, how it is classified, how its values are classified. Thank you all.